The end of advice: how to lead by saying less and asking more. In the fast-paced world of modern leadership, we're conditioned to have the answers. An employee comes to us with a problem, and our first instinct is to jump in, offer a solution, and move on. We believe we're being helpful, efficient, and decisive. But what if our helpful advice is actually creating more work for us and disempowering our team? This is the provocative premise of Michael Bungay Stanier's transformative book, The Coaching Habit: Say Less, Ask More, and Change the Way You Lead Forever. Stanier argues that the single most impactful shift a leader can make is to move from being an advice-giving machine to a master of inquiry. By building a simple, consistent coaching habit, you can unlock the potential of your team, foster a culture of autonomy, and, perhaps most appealingly, lighten your own workload. This isn't about scheduling more formal, hour-long coaching sessions. It's about weaving a few powerful, simple questions into your daily interactions, turning every conversation into a micro-coaching opportunity.
The key insight: taming your inner advice monster. At the heart of the coaching habit is a character Stanier calls the advice monster. It's that knee-jerk reaction inside all of us that wants to provide solutions. It whispers, "I know the answer," and "I can fix this." But giving advice, Stanier explains, has three major downsides. It assumes you have the best answer. You might not have the full context. Your solution could be a temporary fix for the wrong problem. It creates dependency. When you are the designated problem solver, your team learns to come to you for every little thing, stunting their own problem-solving skills. It's exhausting for you, being the chief firefighter for everyone else's problems, is a fast track to burnout. The alternative: stay curious a little longer. Resist the urge to jump in and instead ask a question.
The 7 Essential Questions, your coaching toolkit. Stanier provides a toolkit of 7 simple, yet profoundly effective questions that form the backbone of a coaching habit. 1. What's on your mind? The kickstart question. This is a powerful opener that invites the other person to get straight to the point. It's open-ended, respectful, and efficient, allowing them to share what is most important to them rather than you guessing. 2. And what else? The awe question, perhaps the most powerful coaching question of all. Your advice monster will be desperate to jump in after the first answer. Asking, "And what else?" forces you to stay curious and often uncovers deeper, more significant challenges hiding beneath the surface-level problem. 3. What's the real challenge here for you? The focus question. People often present problems disguised as other problems. This question helps cut through the noise. It forces the person to identify the core issue, moving past the initial complaint to what is truly at stake for them personally. The addition of "for you" makes it personal and encourages self-reflection. 4. What do you want? The foundation question. We often focus on the problem without ever defining a successful outcome. This question shifts the conversation from complaining to creating. It forces clarity about what a win would look like, which is the first step toward achieving it. 5. How can I help? The lazy question. This question is lazy in the best possible way. It stops you from assuming what kind of help is needed and forces the other person to make a clear request. Often, they don't want you to solve it for them. They may just need a resource, a bit of encouragement, or for you to simply listen. 6. If you're saying yes to this, what are you saying no to? The strategic question. This is a crucial question for commitment and focus. Every new commitment, whether it's a project, a meeting, or a task, means we have less time and energy for something else. This question makes the trade-offs explicit, ensuring that the yes is a thoughtful and strategic one. 7. What was most useful for you? The learning question. This is the perfect closing question. It makes the conversation a learning experience for the other person, helping them to identify and embed the key takeaway. It also provides you with valuable feedback on what parts of the conversation were most impactful, making you a better coach over time.
Practical ways to implement and benefit. Building a habit takes practice. Here's how you can start weaving these questions into your daily routine. Start small. Pick one question, like, "And what else?" and try to use it a few times a day. Notice the effect it has. Use it in your one-on-ones. Structure your check-ins around these questions. Start with, "What's on your mind?" and see where the conversation goes. Manage your email. When someone emails you with a problem, instead of writing a long response with a solution, try asking, "What's the real challenge here for you?" Or, "What do you think are the possible next steps?" In team meetings, when a team member is stuck, instead of the whole group jumping to solutions, a leader can ask, "What does the team think? What are our options here?"
Real-life examples in action. Let's see the difference in a common workplace scenario. Scenario: a team member, Sarah, comes to her manager, Tom, without the coaching habit, the advice monster. Sarah: "I'm so frustrated. The marketing team is late with their assets again, and it's going to push back my entire project timeline." Tom: "Okay, that's annoying. Leave it with me. I'll email their director and get them to hurry up. In the meantime, just start working on the parts of the project you can." Results: Tom has just added another task to his plate. Sarah feels temporarily relieved but hasn't learned how to handle cross-departmental issues herself. A cycle of dependency continues. With the coaching habit, Sarah: "I'm so frustrated. The marketing team is late with their assets again, and it's going to push back my entire project timeline." Tom: "That does sound frustrating. What's on your mind?" Kickstart Sarah: "Well, the main thing is that this always happens, and it makes our team look bad when we miss our deadlines." Tom: "Okay, and what else?" Or Sarah: "And I feel like I have no authority to push back on them. I just have to accept their delays." Tom: "That's helpful. So, it sounds like the recurring delays and feeling a lack of influence are key. What's the real challenge here for you?" Focus Sarah pauses to think. "The real challenge that I need to find a way to create a more reliable workflow with the marketing team without stepping on anyone's toes." Tom: "Excellent. What do you want?" Foundation Sarah: "I want to have a clear agreement with them on timelines and a process for what happens when a deadline is at risk." Tom: "Great. That's a clear goal. How can I help?" Lazy Sarah: "Could you maybe help me draft an email to their team? Lead to set up a meeting to discuss this. I'm not sure how to phrase it." Results: in the same amount of time, Tom has empowered Sarah to identify the core problem, define a solution, and take ownership. He hasn't solved the problem for her. He has helped her figure out how to solve it herself. She leaves the conversation with a clear action plan and a greater sense of agency. That is the power of the coaching habit.
Walked home alone with my head held low, phone in my hand but nobody called though. Dreams on the floor, felt like I lost the fight, but somehow I kept moving through the night. I'm hard to break, harder to bend.